What's going on, guys? Welcome to a new video here. Today I'm going to be giving you guys a review on this Goku vs. Piccolo by Sheep Studio. So I waited for this for a little over a year and it finally came in. It said it was supposed to be done like 3 quarters ago, but I don't know what the delay was. I'm not too fond of the studio that made this, but overall it's pretty good. So it is pretty much just a remake of the VKH version that came out a while back, like over 10 years ago, I think. But overall, this piece is pretty damn good. It captures the scene pretty well, and the portraits on here are pretty damn good as well. So I really like the portrait of Goku and Piccolo's portrait as well. So both the portraits are really good. The paint app and everything is really good as well. The texture work on the clothing, it's pretty nice. The paint on Piccolo is really good. The only issue that I did have with this is the right arm. It's got a pretty nasty seam line. That's because I have to warm it up with like a blow dryer or a heat gun or something to soften that resin and get this arm all the way in there. But yeah, that's the only problem that I had with this piece, is that the arm didn't go in all the way, and I would assume that's from, you know, it's really cold out, so the resin will start to shrink and made the insertion hole pretty small. So other than that, everything, you know, popped right in place and everything's really well done. The base here, you know, captures the back part of the fight, some smoke clouds, and I believe this was at the 23rd Tenkaichi tournament in the show. This is when Goku was still like a teenager, still fairly young. Just trying to give you guys some close-ups of everything on here. I did get number 5 of 50. It is 1/4 scale, so that is pretty much the only difference between this one and the VKH version, is they only released a 1/6 scale. I'm not sure if that one is a bit more accurate. So I had a couple people tell me that, you know, where he's punching isn't the correct spot. So he is punching directly under the chest, but in the show, it shows that he was punched right there in the pink part of his stomach, which, you know, I told him, you know, I didn't really care about that, just because we don't get enough of these, we don't get enough of these OG fights in a diorama form, let alone it being 1/4 scale to, you know, match everything. So overall, I'm pretty happy with it. I don't really have any complaints. Besides, you know, the resin shrinking, so I have to I have to put a heat gun on there and try to fit it in there all the way. Also, I think I have this hand the wrong way. Nope, that's how that one goes. Yeah, overall, guys, this is a really good piece. It's very inexpensive as well. I think with my discount that I had through Hexapus, I only paid $5.25, shipping included, for a 1/4 scale diorama. So I think that is a really good price. I feel like, well, yeah, I feel like this is how much they should cost. I mean, granted, it might be a little bit, cheaper made or something along those lines. I'm not exactly sure how they do these things, but if these pieces were, 500 to 600, maybe 700 tops, then obviously I would go crazy. But even this piece, which is, I'm actually selling this piece right now, actually. So if anybody is interested in the KDC Majin Vegeta, I have him for sale, $625 shipped. So $625 shipping included anywhere in the US. You will get this piece. I'm not a fan of standalone characters, but I got it on a trade for a custom Terrifier that I paid quite a bit of money for. So he is up for sale. If you are interested in this piece, hit me up or comment and we can talk a little bit, and I can give you one of my social medias and we can message from there. Use PayPal GNS if you feel like that is your best bet. I have lots of references. I've sold lots of pieces and I'm pretty well known in a lot of groups. So other than that, guys, this piece is really awesome. I'm pretty happy to receive it, and it came unexpectedly. I didn't really get a notification from FedEx, which is pretty weird. So it just randomly showed up, and my fiance, who is pregnant, she had to carry it in, which I felt bad. It's like 40 pounds, but I was supposed to leave her the little dolly that we got so she could pull it inside, but I didn't get the notification, so I had no idea it was coming, and I didn't want anybody to take it, so she just, went ahead and brought it inside. But yeah, guys, other than that, I did make my pre-order on the Gogeta vs. Janemba that KD just released a couple days ago. I'm doing the payment plan, and I'm really happy to get that piece and, have it as a companion next to this one. And I'm currently trying to buy back the Goku vs. Majin Vegeta. That's why I'm trying to sell this, so I have some backup funds, and so that way this will purchase, pay for like half of it at least. Excuse me. Another thing is, I am trying to pre-order the Goku vs. Cooler. That one's not super expensive, and I found a website that I bought the Skull Kid from, and they have the Gogeta vs. Broly from Young Key Studios. I know 2% Studio did a really good one. Katie did they did a really good one, but even though the Young Key Studio one is 1/6 scale, it is just badass. The concept that they used is just phenomenal. It is from one of my favorite parts in the fight scene, and overall, I wish I could get the Katie one, but I'm gonna go for the concept on that one because that was one of my favorite fights of all time. I had to pre-order the Gogeta vs. Janemba from Katie. That was 1000% without a doubt. I pre-ordered that shit like an hour after it dropped. And the reason I did that was because that was the fight and that was the movie that got me into Dragon Ball Z when I was 6 years old. So that is a no-brainer for me. Overall though, guys, my Dragon Ball collection is starting to look pretty good again. I'm just trying to buy some pieces back and, you know, make some pre-orders and get these things back. And now that I have this one, I don't think I'm gonna sell this one. I'm probably gonna keep it for a while because, you know, it's one of the OG fights between Goku and Piccolo, and obviously they're alliances now. So other than that, there's a couple other like original fights that I do want to get. They're older pieces. I want to get the Goku holding Raditz whenever Piccolo blasts the beam through them, since that was pretty much the start of DBZ. And I think that would be pretty cool. Even though it is 1/6 scale, I think it would just be really nice to have. But yeah, guys, let me know your thoughts on the Goku versus Piccolo over there. It does have that nasty seam line just because the resin shrunk and the arm doesn't fit in all the way, which is an easy fix. And if anybody's interested in the KDC Majin Vegeta, let me know. I think this one is number 82. I don't know how many he did, but it's number 82. 625 shipped in the US, and hopefully we can get this collection back up and running. But other than that, guys, I don't know when I'll have another video for you guys, to be honest, unless, you know, I buy back the Goku vs. Majin Vegeta, and then I will do a full review on that, since I wasn't able to when I had it. And hopefully I can give you guys some content. You know, comment whatever you guys would like to see. I don't really have much anymore. I do have a half-scale demonic nun bust that my buddy just randomly sent me, so I could give you guys a review on that sometime, maybe tomorrow or something. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of the Goku vs. Piccolo. If anybody's interested in that, Majin Vegeta, go ahead and hit me up. And we will see you guys in the next video. Y'all stay blessed and have a great day. Thanks for watching.